Okay, so the theory of attention stickiness. I can explain this very well.
In Autistics. Hi.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Steve, shut up. No one cares about Steve.
This is real research. Yeah, it is.
Oh, it's not as good as my other research, but anyway, we'll leave that for later. All right, ladies, compose yourselves.
Focus.
All right, like,
ADHD mode.
all right, just seriously, okay. But anyway, I'll talk about that later. That's not for him. Basically, sticky attention is when you continually go towards something familiar that seems to make your autistic brain go, this is okay, this is comfortable, rather than looking at things that aren't familiar, that you're missing around the same environment. Make sense? Right. I want to say, as an autistic, I am an autistic. One autistic. If you've met one autistic, you've only met one autistic. There's many of us. We also have personalities. Just want to let you know. Always respect that all of us autistics also have a personality. There's 16 types of them, but anyway, I'm one of the rare ones. Right. So I said to Sir when he read me the theory, very good theory. Look it up. Thank you. So I said to him, well, that I can back that up. I can vouch for that. That makes perfect sense. No doubt in my mind, that's how our brain works, because I design every room of my house in everywhere I've ever lived to have something in my line of sight, funnily enough, to keep my attention. Because let's say I was a normal person and I didn't have so much, some of you guys might say shit, a lot of shit.
Bright sparkly things.
In my house.
Yeah.
A lot of shit.
A bright sparkly shit.
Just a lot of shit.
Yeah.
A lot of shit that brings me joy. That keeps my
attention.
It's a sticky attention, remember. Doesn't sound good, does it? Shouldn't use it with your autistic clients. If you're a therapist, please don't. That might be a trigger. Some of us don't like sticky. Anyway.
Sensory sticky.
Sensory sticky. Although some stickies, no. Anyway, there's different kinds of stickies. But I have that in my house. Every room in this house and every other house has had things all around me that can keep my sticky focus. Meaning, if I didn't, I was a normal person and I decorated my house to have like an accent wall, so you'd have a wall of pretties and everything else is clear because you're not autistic, and have 1,000 collections because you're so addicted to this and that and this. And trust me, it gets worse. I'm 50. I need to cut.
It gets worse?
Cut back on collections. No, I mean like it's, yeah, I think with age it's gotten worse. I've collected more and more because I've discovered more and more about life. That's just how life works.
Well, you do over time.
Okay, so I have many collections and they're all precious and they all bring me joy and I spend time with them. That's my good time. I'm not giving that up. Just like if you have your favourite thing, think of your favourite thing in your house. Okay, and I went and chucked it out. You'd be sad. So anyway, anything. So what I'm trying to say is, if I had a normal house and I had an accent wall in each room, I'd just be staring at that area all of the time.
So only, exclusively.
Exclusively. And you would probably go, she's really autistic, like really worse than what I maybe appear. Maybe this is one of our subconscious little tricks, right, of how we design our environments. But basically, it's true. I would be hyper fixated on one location if I didn't get to 360 it, if you want to call it that. Most people don't create their houses to be this, let's call it sticky eyesight stuff. Sticky focus, right? People are pretty minimalistic these days, and that's That's the norm. So you should be. If you're not, maybe you're autistic. I don't know. Get tested. Anyway, so basically, I have. What do you think about what I explained to you? So say if I decorated in a normal way.
Oh, no, that makes sense.
And one side was,
Because you can't help yourself. I'm glad that we only have 4 walls in a house, because if we had more...
I go up though.
Yes, you'd be full 3-dimensional.
But I go up though,
you
don't I?
do. You go below and up, so we actually are
like, you know,
spherical. It's the floor, it's the roof, it's the sides. You can't help yourself. But
it's pretty bad.
But
yeah.
what I was bringing this conversation around to was more of the developmental side or educational side, because if you think of it in that perspective, if a child
I just couldn't wait till science.
And their focus is on the thing that gravitates their attention.
So when I would go to school,
they become ignorant to the rest or the peripheral information
you know
around them.
You know what would happen to me, and maybe you can enlighten me to look from the outside in on child development here. So when I would go to school, I would rock up with bad memory, which is part of 22Q, guys. So even as a child, I would have had bad memory. That's part of it, not just in adulthood. So basically, I'd go to school. And I don't want to know. It better be science today, phys ed today, art today, or music. Did I say that?
Yep. So science and art, music and phys ed.
If it's not one of them, depression day.
Because they're not gaining your attention.
I would have just sat there and I would have just slumped.
Right.
And would have been like, how? And I would have looked at the clock like going, this is going to be a long day. And I was just checked out, depressed, days over in my head. Just, I'm over it. I just want my Vegemite sandwich because that'll be my familiar thing for that day. And I don't give a damn about anything else.
I guess that's why it's a good example.
I'd give up for the day.
Integrated learning is useful in the school environment. So if you're using a music class to teach mathematics or English or whatever else, because it's integrated into that subject area.
But I'm just saying, my focus was gone.
Yeah.
If one of those subjects wasn't either coming up, started off the day, doesn't matter. If I didn't have that, my brain, without really having the choice, it's not like a choice thing, guys. So it's like, you know, being autistic and ADHD. You don't choose it. You're born with it. So I didn't have a choice. My brain would just go, well, I'm done for the day. Because today, I'm not interested in anything that you have to say, teacher. Don't care.
But in regards to a sticky focus more specifically, if that teacher's presenting to you, say, a book or an overhead projector or something on the whiteboard...
Something might catch me, for the day, correct.
But in that moment, so forget it in the day, in that specific learning moment, if one quadrant or one part of that presentation is attractive or enticing, your eyes, your imagination, your attention is drawn to that aspect of that area, you're then hyper-focused on that quadrant or that particular scope of focus. The peripheral, what is around it then, is ignored, not seen, bypassed.
Oh, there's so many things I don't see.
It draws attention.
Yeah.
So you do have to look at that.
And you point that out to me a lot now. Yeah. There's a lot of things I walk in a room and he goes, what, you didn't see that? And I go,
so it's the theory of distraction. So if you're distracted by other things, you're not seeing the whole. And that means it doesn't give you the fuller picture. Hence why
I can't take it all in.
Exactly.
So I go to the most familiar. So say if I go into a room and there's another person there. That person, if they're familiar, will take up all of my focus, not the room. So you could say to me, well, what items are in that room?
Yeah.
Unless it was discussed in the time or you or the other person pointed to something, discussed something in that room, I would not know. And you could say, oh my God, did you not notice that green leprechaun in the corner of the room? And I'd go,
you really do have blinkered vision.
I think so.
Vision that you're focused only on that specific
the most familiar thing in the room.
So that helps though with that learning for parents if you're trying to teach a new aspect or
anything,
teachers,
just any environment,
if you're trying to educate those who've got autism or ADHD.
Any environment too of attention where you're needing an autistic's attention.
Correct.
Yep.
In a meeting. Yep. Or even if you're a producer,
absolutely.
If you're making a film or whatever else, or graphics or marketing,
any environment,
you got to look at those sort of things. Yeah.
But sticky focus, I don't like the word sticky because it makes me have a visceral reaction as an autistic because of the sticky. So basically,
focal point attention.
But the sticky theory of attention is, and any autistics, feel free to comment. I'd love your feedback on what we're talking about. It makes me realize why, when, like, you'll say to me sometimes, but the room looks great, and I'm like, no, but this little spot here has a gap, and you're like,
space.
Why can't you just leave it? This is an
opposition from me as a design point. This is why. Space.
This is why.
You feel it. Yeah.
But this is why.
It is 360.
Because I leave things, guys. So once I design a space, now I know that you guys have seen a lot of change, but that's because I've been moving house more times than I've changed almost.
Underwear.
Well, that would be bad if that happened. But you know what I mean. The saying. Let's put the saying there, because the saying kind of sums up the ridiculous amount of moving houses. But basically, if I didn't move house, you would have seen it stay the same. So the fact is, I set it up and then it becomes familiar and I keep it familiar. Even if I move things around, they're all familiar things. Those things stay. There is not many things I get rid of, is there? There's those mainstays, and they're all 360'd around me.
I'm thinking from an educational perspective, if you're able to use dynamic highlighting, which brings together light, attraction, or sprinkle or whatever else, and you're using that to walk through
360
in sequence,
just having it around the classroom
that you want to focus on, then you can draw the attention.
But that's why I hated classrooms being only.
No, but you can walk the autistic's attention through in sequence the information that you want to relay appropriately. So it's just utilising that theory of sticky attention in a way to
there must be a way. So guys,
achieve that.
Any educators, look into it, because you might be able to design a classroom, a library, a special education room. I know I was in a special education room. We're in a closet, like Harry Potter.
Understood.
They were massive closets. But anyway, I used to love the smell in there of the fresh paper.
Right.
And the fresh wood blocks.
Ah, the cuisinier blocks.
I used to sniff the blocks. Oh, God, they really... Right. I was in special ed. They must have thought I was real special. So I used to sniff the blocks. And one day I said to the teacher, like, with the little discs, the little, for maths, the little plastic round things. Counters.
Yep.
And I remember saying, can I have a couple of them to take home? She said, yeah, that'll be great for your counting. And I was like, oh, fuck counting. I just want them because...
You're like a bowerbird.
No, fidgety.
A collection, a fidget
just
collection.
A fidget, yeah. Like it's a fidgety thing. It's like a visual thing because they were like bright red or bright yellow or bright green, primary colours. Duh.
I was just reading another news article which was actually talking about bowerbirds and their collections. That was autistic, these birds. But this particular bowerbird has an attraction towards specific beer bottles. So they actually travel up to 4.5, 5 kilometres from their nest to go hunting for very specific beer bottles to bring it back to their nest to decorate their nest. So there you go. There's a correlation. I guess bowerbirds are autistic then.
I got to get ready for Oktoberfest to get my costume.
Okay, we've got a bit of time to work on that one.
Oh, I can't wait to bring the German out and me get some German sausage.
I can't look at that one alone. On that note, so guys, if you have any sort of correlation on the stickiness,
literally, you go to the city, you not only have beer, in the nice big mugs. I'm going to push my boobies up and wear that nice gear, with the short skirt. Why not?
Why not, he says.
I'm 50, but I still got it.
Yeah.
I don't
get your beer steins.
I'm just shit-stalling. But basically, I'm doing Oktoberfest.
Okay.
Whether it's from my bed, because I'm too sick to go.
So it's a bit like cosplay, but in October. in a German sense.
Cosplay is anything
day's
goes.
cosplay.
Okay, exactly. Like play.
Okay.
It's play.
Right.
Costume. So basically, I'm going to get my costume. Actually, I'm making an order soon. So Shein.
I think your ADHD is
Shein
not
order.
on track at the moment. But
Okay.
anyway.
Shein order. Oktoberfest. Must get my costume.
You can see how
everyone.
brain's ticking over.
So anyone, if you're doing Oktoberfest, get prepared early. Just get prepared early.
That's a good seasonal tip.
Hey, I'm on a budget. I can't just go and buy jugs.
Yes, you're on a beer budget, not a champagne budget.
Buy jugs.
As I say,
Get it?
Get it?
Buy jugs.
Buy jugs. Guys, if
German
you like this
sausage?
video, give us a thumbs up. Comments and questions if you have understood stickiness as a theory and attention, sticky attention.
Let's not pair the two stimuli with the German sausage.
Okay.
That's really not good.
You're all over the shop. Subscribe.
Oktoberfest is fun.
Hit the notification bell.
Okay. Life is short.
Indeed.
All right?
Shorty.
Just live your best life. Like, doesn't matter what phase of life you're in, just live your best life.
Mm-hmm.
Even when you're 50.
Yeah.
Okay, but just look into that sticky attention theory.
Yep, hyperfocus.
For autism, hyperfocus.
Yep.
I feel like I can use this. I think this can help me.
Indeed.
But how can it help me though? Because the problem is I can't. This is the problem. The other day I was actually thinking.
Yeah.
I hate this 360 decorating rather than sort of set places. Why am I doing this in every house, right?
Yeah.
Yet this is apparently what my brain wants.
Indeed.
Okay, so how do I not want that?
You can't. Meanwhile, I'm going to get a laser pointer, which has got like a unicorn on it, so that when I point things out with a unicorn and you draws your attention on your eyes, I can say, hey, you need to look at this, then you need to look at this, and then you need to look at this.
That's what they do at university. They go...
That's right.
They're massive theatres, guys, that they have to get like...
Yeah.
I always wonder, like, how do they get, like, to the top of the whiteboard? Like, what's the point in the whiteboard? I guess it's just for the projector.
It slides up and down. So it actually...
Oh,
that's... If it slides down, they can write and then it moves up.
Oh, that's right, those motherfuckers. Yeah. I'm thinking, how do they clean that? Like... No, but seriously, they get the little laser pointers.
Yeah.
Especially the chick ones. Especially the chick lecturers. They're like...
All right.
It's like... Is it a show-off thing or they're just short? No, because there's not much difference.
So many questions. God help me.
So many questions. But I had this Chinese man. He was my mathematician. Awesome mathematician. No, but he would always say the same saying. Are you all on the same train? Are we all still on the train? And we're all like, yeah, we're on the train.
I think it's been a major
We look at each other. We look at each other and go, oh, I fucking fell off at the first word. Mm-hmm. And then we'd go out for smoko, and basically we'd be like, okay, is anyone else still breathing? Just, but I have no idea what he's saying. I think I'll go home and read it. Mm-hmm.
Good idea.
But I'm just saying, that laser thing, I'm like a cat. When they used to pull that out, I wanted to tell them to stop. I wanted to say, stop, I can't focus. Stop it. I'm like a cat.
Because of your sticky focus.
I don't know.
Well,
but it's like, stop. I'm so light focused. I love lights. Like, I absolutely love lights.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to lights. Lights are my thing. I've seen this light. You know that $98 light that I really want? I can't afford.
You can't have it.
It is like the ultimate, like...
Get a candle.
Oh my God, I'm addicted. It's like going to sky
problems.
shows, right? I love lights. Anyway, I'm just saying, whenever a lecturer pulled it out, I was like...
I hope you're talking about the laser pointer.
The laser pointer.
Yeah.
I was like a kitten. I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. Anyway.
Sticky focus.
So, sticky focus.
Indeed. Thanks, guys.
So another autistic tip. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Bye.